I want the world to be a better place than it is. I am a ridiculous idealist, and I do all sorts of things and have all sorts of conversations and believe all sorts of things and make YouTube videos because I'm trying to make the world a better place, and I want to believe that somewhere deep down inside humans are kind, humans care, you know, that somewhere there is something good in everyone. Trolling kind of frustrates the hell out of me because sometimes it kind of pokes holes in that. Like, it's just, it seems very, very distinctly the desire to bring pain in a way that's very tangible and very apparent in all of my life. It's like, yeah, there are people who intentionally inflict pain throughout the world, but we tend to think of them as evil, as different, whereas trolling is something that's kind of part of our normal experience. If you're on YouTube, you've seen a few really nasty comments and a lot of stupidity, and it sort of proves that normal people inflict pain. Normal people are more than capable of cruelty. I like to hope that trolls are just, 13-year-old boys, and that people on the internet who don't know how to spell, it's because they haven't reached a certain point in their education yet, although I think those are just dreams. I wonder sometimes what people get out of hurting each other. I mean, when it's someone who hurt you, maybe there's some sense of release or vindication. But when it's someone you've never met before, someone maybe you don't even really know anything about, what can you get out of that? If someone hurts me, I guess my first instinct is to want to hurt them back. And I generally try to repress that because I don't want to make the cycle worse. And I don't really think there's nothing good comes from it. Terrible cliche, but two wrongs don't make a right. Ever. Worst things for me is not even so much that there are people out there that would hurt me, but that I've hurt people. Even that I've hurt people intentionally, and there's nothing I can do about it. And that I will hurt people again, even when I mean the best, even when I'm trying so hard. One of the people who cares the most about me in my life, my mother, is probably the person who has hurt me the most. Maybe there were a few times I lashed out at her because she'd hurt me and I was angry, but for the most part, I was trying so hard to soften the blow, to make it as easy for her to handle as possible, and it still hurt her a lot. I don't think kindness should be at the expense of honesty, and I don't think it has to. There's a debate on manners that sort of goes, if you are too well-mannered, you're not being honest. People like to be brutally honest. Sometimes they're just being brutal, and maybe they happen to be wielding a fact. And facts aren't necessarily the same thing as truth either. But I think there's a middle ground you can walk. This video is a giant question about what kindness is and whether we can manage it. When I feel like maybe we need to care more about each other, and sometimes caring about each other is part of what makes it so bad. Any comments or questions, I'd love to hear them. Any suggestions for video topics, anything you want to hear me blab on about. It's Mercury out. Thank you for watching.